Hello, this is a very quick look at my Dungeon Degenerates and Mean Streets organisation box insert. So I created this as I recently backed this game on Kickstarter. They had the third printing. I got the Mean Streets expansion, and I like to sleeve all my games, and I quickly realised that there was no way I was getting all the components back in the box without some sort of a storage solution. So you can see straight away that the game doesn't actually go flush shut anymore. I realised that as I was actually building it, that I had to make it bigger, otherwise I wasn't going to fit everything in. And I'll show you what I've done now. Apologies, I'm going to have to do this with one hand as the other one is holding the camera. Okay. So the reason that it's going over by an extra centimetre is the board and the rules. You can see that actually the components do kind of fit in perfectly level. So, and the way I've organised it is I've done two layers. The top layer is got a shallow foam core tray for large cards, as well as a shallow token tray. And I've kind of put, the most common tokens in there that you'd need. The second layer at the bottom is made up of a, see if I can get that out, a deep tray for large cards, which is, some of the larger decks. This does have all of the Mean Streets cards mixed in. So we've got the loot and all the monster cards in there, as well as a tray for the smaller cards. And the way I've designed this is that wherever there's cards, there's essentially a little space that you can actually put your hand in to draw the new cards, to make it nice and easy to use. You'll also notice that I've had to use cards to actually separate the different decks rather than foam core. This is simply because if I was to use foam core, I wouldn't have been able to get the necessary number of cards across to fit in the box, so it would have kind of really limited the number of cards that I'd be able to store. This all took probably about maybe 3 or 4 hours. It's the first time I've ever built a box insert. I didn't really kind of draw up any plans or anything. I was kind of cutting the foam core and planning it as I went. I did measure all of the cards and kind of put them into kind of logical piles, and so I could actually measure the thickness of them, so I knew how deep to make the trays. In the Mean Streets box, I've got the character cards, the standees, the dice, and a few of the kind of other tokens that essentially I couldn't quite fit in, but aren't used that frequently in the actual game. So yeah, sadly I couldn't fit everything into the main box, but I did consider making another insert to go in the Mean Streets box, but I don't think I'll do that because I do kind of hope to at some point get more character cards, and maybe perhaps some of the little comic books that they also release in. But yeah, that's a very quick look at my box organiser for Dungeon Degenerates and Mean Streets. Thank you.